YouTube. This is a pair of whites. They're Packer. I believe they're Packer boots. Just picked these up. Just actually, they just shipped in. Picked them up on eBay, and I have a pair of Nicks. I did a video on those. Those are the logger style, but these were very, very gently used pair of what I believe are Packers. They may be a Rancher, but I believe they're a Packer. So there's really no way to tell for me because I don't have any marking on them or a ID number of any sort. But from everything I've seen, that's pretty much what they look like. Anyhow, they're an 8-inch boot. They have this stacked leather heel, very similar to most of the whites anyways, but this is a somewhat higher arch. The heel, I believe, is it's only about 1.5 inches, but the arch very much reminds me of my Nicks boots, which I love. And the arch, typically, from my understanding, on a white's boot, is not as high as on the Packer. At least that's the way they advertise it. But I'm very impressed with the comfort level because, like I said, it really reflects that same comfort of my Nicks boots. And I thought at first they were going to be a little too pointed in the toe because couldn't really get an idea of what this width was going to be like. Turns out that they're again very similar to my Nicks loggers, and so I'm very pleased with that. The price I paid for them was $130, and I paid another $17 or $20 to ship them. So really, it's $150 that I paid for them, which is a little high for me, but they go for, I've seen them varying prices from anywhere from $360 maybe, $360 to $440, and the $360 it's another Packer through a third party, but it's a White's Packer. So I don't know if it's the exact same one that White's is selling for $440, and you can get it on this third party site for $360, I think. So not quite sure on that because the description is fairly vague on these, and they make a variety of different Packers from what I found. But these very, very comfortable laces I put on. These are Nicks Boots laces, which I really enjoy. I haven't actually tried White's laces except the ones that actually came on these boots, and I just like Nicks. They're more uniform. The White's laces that were on these boots, one side was thinner than the other, and that really bothers me because that thinner side is going to be the weak side, and eventually it's going to break. So I'm going to have to order another set of Nicks because I pulled these off of my logger boots, which I bought primarily to ride a motorcycle with, because they have this, which these as well have. It's kind of a more narrow or a shorter toe box, which makes it easier to get up and underneath the shifter when you're riding a motorcycle, as opposed to that real boxy kind of toe that a lot of work boots have. I have them on my Wolverines, and even the mock toe Red Wings that I have. You can't really ride it. You can ride a motorcycle, but it makes it a little bit hard when you're sliding up underneath that shifter. So anyhow, getting back to these, they're dark chocolate brown. I don't know, just dark brown. I gave them an Obenauf's treatment. They were untreated. You could tell the person who had them, they, like I said, barely ever wore them, but they didn't treat them, and so they were pretty thirsty with the first treatment of Obenauf's. But I think they're a very good looking boot, and I like the 8-inch height. My loggers are 10-inch. But I'm really pleased with these. I bought these for just kind of an everyday work boot. So I'll be alternating these and Red Wings every other day, because I understand. I don't know how accurate this is, but I understand that you're not supposed to wear the same pair of leather boots day in and day out. You're supposed to let them sit for a day and alternate them. I don't know if that's bullshit or not, but um, either way, I will be alternating them with the Red Wings, just to try to, keep them, preserve them. Although, if you look at that sole, there isn't much of the sole there, even if it was brand new. And by that I mean this traction. So it wasn't meant to have much on there. So I don't really know how long these soles are going to last. You can see there's a little bit of heel wear, that rubber piece anyways. And so I'm hoping, I don't know, till summer. It's January right now. So if I can get through summer or thereabouts, I'll send them in for a resole. Certainly they won't need any rebuild, but these are the type you can rebuild. And then when I do that, I think I'll send them to Nick's Boots and have them do a rebuild on them, the complete lower, because you can pretty much take a variety of different Nick's boot styles and request that they put them on this on the upper, and it should go on. They said no problem, shouldn't have any problem doing that. So same price for the rebuild, but the other thing is that Nick's is a little bit less, like $20 less than White's to rebuild. So these are my Whites, and I'm very pleased with them. Very thick leather. So look on eBay, see what you can find, and you can get some good deals if you don't want to shell out that $400 for a new set of boots. I put these kilties here, so it sits up higher if I keep them. I may not when I wear them, but I like them like this rather than pulled all the way down. I just lace them a little bit different. Anyhow, till next time.